Hey guys, so the winter 2020 patch just went through. Game's updated, as you can see with the new training stage. And I kind of wanted to just do a quick first impressions video on some of the things that they changed for Ken. They didn't change too much. Anything he got was a buff, which is really good. No real nerfs to note. So the first thing is they buffed his fireball on block properties for frame data. So now they're -6, and they used to be -8. So this is good. Definitely better. The other thing that they did was they made it so that his light kick Tatsu, if you hit with the second hit, the juggle is closer to Ken, right? So that combo can happen more often and more consistently. So something like this combo, now you get all the hits of heavy punch DP because he's so close to you, right? The other thing that this is important for is when your opponent is crouching mid-screen, you get the overhead combo, and as long as you get 2 hits of that light kick Tatsu, you're pretty much guaranteed the heavy DP now, or the EXDP, which is really good. That fixes, a problem where Ken's would just not take the extra damage because they were afraid it was going to whiff, or they were afraid that they didn't do the overhead as point blank as they could have. So this is a really good thing. Another effect of this buff is that mid-screen he has a new max damage bread and butter combo outside of V-trigger, no bar spent, and that's this. That does 309, whereas before you would do something like this, right? 303. So no V-trigger, no bar, but because I believe it's because that light kick Tatsu buff brings them closer, you can get all the hits of heavy punch TP after. Not too much of a damage difference, so you might like the heavy kick Tatsu Oki better anyway, but still good, still good. Another thing that Ken got was juggle properties on the late hit of his heavy punch DP. So he can do stuff like that, right? Or stuff like this, or maybe something like this. Yeah, here you go. So that's pretty cool. He's got some juggles there. So like if you catch an early jump, or you're looking for a jump, mid-screen, and they jump forward, you can really make them pay for that, which is awesome. V-shift is good. I'm still kind of playing around with it a little bit. I'm not sure. It's good for for example, I was playing casuals just now, and to avoid a critical art meaty situation, Vega's safe jump medium kick, right? His forward jump medium kick for a safe jump. You can't DP there, and when Vega lands, he has, effectively Oki as pressure. So I just used the V-shift to get out of that. Really good, really good. But in terms of reading, brain dead frame traps, pressure, and then picking the right punish for it, I think the best thing to do is just going to be trying it in situations versus specific characters. When you have V-shift in mind as a tool where you want to punish the opponent for doing a repetitive string or pressure sequence, you're going to have to know that matchup. So that's going to come with practice. It's going to come with training mode, figuring out who plays that character, and then play them in sets so that you can apply that practice. You definitely can't just you don't want to blindly do it over and over again. You're just going to give away your V-trigger, which is a really strong tool in this game. But as a global defensive mechanic, I really like it. I think it's good. Some other things that they changed as kind of like, well, global changes, is that for lights, they nerfed them as an anti-air. And the way they did that is players that will jump in with air attacks, now those hitboxes have the lower part of those hitboxes are invincible to light grounded attacks. So you don't have any of those, or hopefully this will decrease the occurrence of those wonky interactions where you hit somebody in front of you and they land behind you still, or vice versa. You know, and they're trying to drive the focus more towards normals that are supposed to anti-air and specials that are supposed to anti-air, because yeah, you don't want to rely on lights. Besides that, oh, they also, so maybe one more thing before I cut the video, but the other thing they did is they nerfed combos that start with a throw stun. So, you know, that throw did 100% of its damage, the next hit does 80%. And this is just like to decrease the amount of damage done on a throw stun combo. Which, you know, that's a welcome change. I think you can do crazy amounts of damage to somebody if you stun them from the corner, etc. You know, and like a stun usually happens mid to late game anyway, so you stun them, and a lot of times if you have V-trigger, if you have resources, if you have corner, it's almost a guaranteed like near or end of round. So I think that's kind of making the rounds last longer is a good idea, and that's kind of something, you know, that's the direction they've been going in a lot of the later patches, right? Where, or maybe earlier patches I should say, where they nerfed like crush counter, they added combo scaling there, V-trigger canceling in combos, they added scaling there. So they want more neutral interactions, and you know, adding this defensive mechanic will also do just that. But in terms of where I think Ken is on like the tier list, or where he is compared to other characters, you know, other characters got buffed more than Ken did, and other characters got nerfed where Ken didn't. Reeve, for example, got a lot of good buffs. I think that he's going to blast to the top of the Shoto list this season. You know, Akuma saw some nerfs, Sagat stayed mostly the same, you know, so I'll still have to dig through all those details, read the patch notes, play some folks, but I'm really excited for, you know, for this as a global mechanic, to see how it plays out in pro level play. You know, how the option selects will play out, and you know, because this has some recovery, and if you guess wrong, you know, you're in a counter hit state during the recovery, so the opponent can kind of bait it and punish hard, actually. So you know, use wisely, use at your own discretion. But anyways, you know, thanks for listening, guys. As I play through the patch, I'll try to bust out some more Ken videos, Street Fighter content, and I'll talk to you later.